hear you all say E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles!
What?
Let's go, Birds!
We're dumb as hell.
All right, let's go.
Come on in, everyone. Come on in.
It's your boy.
Meta Watch Man. Appreciate you, brother.
Hi, honey.
And his lovely lady. Shout out to Miss Meta Watch Woman.
Hey, Meta Watch Party.
Y'all think I ain't been watching y'all? I'm watching you.
Oh, it's a beautiful day to do these reactions.
Shout out to Meta Watch Party.
Like it before you light it.
Always like to link back to the content creator.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, in the comment section, give me a thumbs up or heart. Just let me know that is real.
Appreciate you, Meta Watch Party. We're watching you.
That part.
Without further ado.
She were a... I don't know what this shit say. I don't know what this shit say. I don't know what this shit say.
Wow. What's that like?
Can't read it. Can't read it. Can't read it. Cancel back.
Over half of Americans read below a 6th grade level. Not struggling readers, bro. The majority of Americans.
And guess who's gonna pay?
All of us.
Let's Meta Watch.
16, he's 17. Y'all juniors and seniors in high school, man. Spell it. Ain't no way. We erase the board. We're going to forget about the other stuff. I'm going to give y'all another chance. Spell philosophy.
Starting off with an F. Oh.
Dog. Keep going. I'm curious. I'm curious to see. Come on. Spell philosophy. Yeah. Man. Damn face. Come on. Get out the way. Let me see what y'all spell. Come on. All right. Uh-huh.
He just gonna keep on adding on to that word.
He put an F too.
Oh, y'all ain't done. Philosophy. That's y'all final. That's y'all final word.
A Y?
Philosophy?
Okay, the Y is right.
Huh?
The
Look
cat.
at y'all. Man, spell cute, Makai.
Cute?
Spell cute. I'm gonna give you something simple. I ain't even gonna say the cute. That's a fourth grade word, dog.
4th grade.
Spell cute. Spell it.
Oh man, he put a Q.
Dog. Makai. Y'all make no damn sense. Y'all make no, I don't know what school you going to when you graduate. I don't know what area you going. Y'all going back in grades. Boy, you going back to the 9th, 7th, 5th, 6th. You going back. Spell 2. It's 3 different ways you can spell 2. It's 3 different ways. Spell the first 2, Maurice. Spell 2. Nick. Dog. Y'all serious?
Did he write the number?
Yeah.
Spell the other 2. Makai. Spell the other 2.
Is this a spoof?
Dog. Dog.
Did he put twins?
Spell the number 2.
But he did it in cursive.
Spell the number 2.
Spell
the number 2. Spell the number 2. Spell the number 2. Get out the house. Go. Go.
2-W-O? It's gotta be. There's no way.
I mean,
He put 2-W-O. F-A-L-A-S-A-F-E-E-Y.
No.
philosophy.
Nah.
It almost looked like a Mediterranean sandwich.
But that's the thing, it's like, if his son can't read, it's his fault. And so instead of doing something about it, he decided to record them and put it on the internet. And instead of actually showing them how to spell any of those words, he told them to get out.
Yeah, take the board and go. Like they gonna do anything with it.
So how's that gonna help? Who's next?
Can she read?
Read the ending score for me.
She wore a suit, clothes that were... Who's this for?
Read the ending score.
What the f does that say? Why am I reading this? No, I'm not reading this. This is a whole bunch of bullshit.
High school students can't read. I saw this video and honestly my first reaction was, there's no way this is real. We're talking about high school students, 16, 17 years old, in the US. And they're asked to read a sentence, just a normal sentence. and they can't. And now the student who posted the video might actually get punished for it. Missing prom, graduation, even expulsion. Which is kind of crazy because it raises the question, are schools more worried about the video or what the video actually shows? So I'm going to play the first clip.
She wore a sahalat.
Sahalat?
Clothes that were extraordinary, whatever, bro.
Extraordinary.
Somewhat.
Whatever.
What does that mean?
She wore a lot. Wait, she wore. Bro, I don't know, bro. Can you take the card back, please?
She wore a. Oh, baby. She wore a silhouette of clothes that were. Bitch, I don't know that word. I don't even know how to read. I don't know why I did it.
She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary, but somewhat gauche. All right, now what does that mean?
I have no idea. Like his clothes is nice or something like that. She wore a. I don't know what this should say. I don't know what this should say. I don't know what this should say.
Wow. What's that like?
Can't read it. Can't read it. Can't read it. Cancel back.
Wow.
All right, there's a lot going on there. First thing, I want to be fair. The sentence isn't all that easy.
I think the point is just when you come across a word that's not used in everyday speech, can you still figure it out? Like, that's really what this is about. But they're not even familiar with these words.
Yeah, they never seen the words.
Even clothes. Extraordinary. You know, like they were getting stuck on.
A lot of them got stuck more on extraordinary than on a silhouette. Wow.
But that's not really what stood out to me. What stood out is the reaction. Like right away, swearing, laughing, what's this? I can't read this. And just checking out. Not even attempting it. That's the part that concerns me more than the vocabulary. Because struggling with the word is normal. But refusing to even try, that's something different.
Like this girl with the old baby hairs, her reaction to it was just like, oh no, this sentence is some BS, so I don't even have to read it. It's like, like she's above it, but she's really below it.
It's a cope. It's a deflection.
The colonel asked the choir to accommodate the governor's schedule.
What does that mean?
He's asking the choir to accommodate to the governor's schedule, right?
Yes.
In your own words.
There's a governor's schedule, and so the colonel is asking the choir to accommodate to it.
In your own words.
I don't know, bro. It's just
The colonel asked the choir to accommodate the governor's schedule.
Comprehends.
Right? They asked the people to sing for the governor's schedule. I don't know what this means.
Okay.
The colonel asked the choir to accommodate the governor's schedule.
What does that mean?
He asked the choir to accommodate. I don't know, bro. It means he asked him to read the schedule. So like,
The colonel asked the choir to accommodate the governor's schedule.
What does that mean?
To sing with the governor.
Okay, this one is interesting because now the sentence is honestly even harder. You've got words like colonel, choir, governor. English is just not helping here. Colonel, being pronounced colonel, is one of those things that makes no sense unless you've seen it before.
Let me hear you all say E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles!
What?
Let's go, birds!
I think that's the real issue here. Not that students don't know difficult words, but that some students are getting to a point where they don't even try to read anymore. And that's a much bigger problem than pronunciation.
Meanwhile, we have the mayor of Philadelphia, who's a member of one of the most educated groups of people in the country, who can't spell the name of their local team, which is also the name of the nation's bird.
And listen, the system changed. For decades, school taught reading using something called whole language learning. And that basically teaches kids to learn how to read based on context clues. And scientists have known since the 90s that not teaching phonetics doesn't work. But schools kept doing it anyway.
Most of my training was through balanced literacy. It focuses a lot on cueing. I like to use the word guessing, looking at a picture and try to guess what's going on. Look at the beginning sound of a word and try to guess the word.
You see the word cow, and you see the C, but you are a child and you don't know, so you kind of, could it be car? Could it be?
That's an excellent example.
Yeah, I actually just learned that Mississippi has actually gone from being at the bottom of literacy rates to one of the top performers because they reintroduced phonics into the schools.
Over the past 13 years, the state of Mississippi has leapfrogged from 49th in the union all the way to 9th. And by the way, the most dramatic leapfrog in terms of the demographic groups have been the Black and Hispanic population. And the reason for this is because they decided to go back to basics and start emphasizing phonics in their reading instruction. Again, the Black students in the state of Mississippi are number 3 in the entire country in terms of math and in terms of reading. And this is without the exorbitant spending on all these different DEI professionals.
Good on them, because I don't know what happened and when everybody got disconnected, but we all used to be hooked on phonics.
Surprisingly, many schools do not effectively teach intensive systematic phonics. Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
It worked for me.
And when 54% of a developed nation can't read above a 6th grade level, that's not a statistic. That was a strategy.
What I did recently learn also is that 50% of prison inmates are functionally illiterate.
Research showing a link between illiteracy and incarceration. 85% of juvenile offenders have problems reading.
A report published by the U.S. Department of Justice 30 years ago revealing that reading failure is most likely a cause, not just a correlate for delinquent behavior, adding on average, incarcerated juvenile offenders are severely crippled readers.
So you see, you have these high school seniors and the emphasis is not on, are they going to be able to function in the world? Can they read a note card? Can they figure out how to accommodate the governor's schedule?
I don't know, bro. He asked them to read a schedule. So
it's, are the young stunners gonna have fun at prom?
Look, half a year of EBT for this. Hope those young stunners enjoy it.
Yeah, it's we're also witnessing simultaneously a rise of teen takeovers and the popularization of YN culture, and it's well, can they read? It's what's driving them to do things that seem to be unproductive?
Jamal at 20 is going to want the good life.
Sure.
Whether Jamal can read or not, Jamal is going to want the good life.
Right.
If Jamal cannot read, Jamal is going to do whatever he has to do in his power to have the good life. If that means doing nefarious things like being a street pharmacist, that's what Jamal is going to do, right?
Yeah.
But if Jamal has what he needs academically, then he can get a good job, then he can take care of himself, and he doesn't have to resort to those things.
Right.
They can't read, but also they know entire albums of these artists who are repeating negative mantras into their heads.
Yeah.
So it's they have that echoing in their heads at all times, and also they can't read. So it sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So parents, teach your children how to read. It's your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Reading is fundamental.
Now let's get on with this school thing. You teach.
Oh yes, reading is fundamental.
Keyword fun or mental. It's both.
It's both. It's a Meta Watch Party.